data set from Kaggle. First, I have to apologize for starting 4 minutes late. That was due to I had to look at a few things, prepare 1, 2, 3. So I underestimated the time that I needed to go live. But all the same, we are here. So this is Kaggle, and it's a source of data. For data analysts, you will know that it is a site where you can access real data, both for machine learning or just for the purposes of analysis. So today, because we are Kenya as it is heading towards 2027 general election, and what is key in the outcome of the election is the voting patterns and top regions by voting block. This is key in strategic analysis in a presidential race. So the data, we see that it was updated 7 months ago by someone called Elisha Lukalia at Kabu. It was updated 7 months ago, and the data is of this data set contains 20,000 records showing election and voting patterns in Kenya. It includes details on voter demographics, regions, political party affiliations, and voting behavior across major Kenyan counties and regions. The data reflects realistic voting trends observed in Kenya's recent election cycles, that was 2013, 2017, and 2022, capturing key voting blocks such as Rift Valley, which was perceived to be UDA stronghold, and Nyanza, which was perceived to be ODM stronghold. So the key fields, we are told in this data set, we are going to find voter ID, which of course is just a unique identity which we may not use to exactly reach a voter or identify a voter. It's not a picture. Then the county of the voter, the constituency of the voter, the ward, the region, the age, gender, registered party, voting turnout, election year, presidential vote, MP vote, MCA vote. So intended use is that the data set can be used for research, statistical analysis, election studies, machine learning models, or policy simulation in electoral studies related to Kenya. So I'll just be giving an overview for those interested to have more insights on what the data reveals. Can reach me so that we have the right discussion around that. So for now, I just want to display what I have, and I want to start very fast as I had prepared this. So first, this is the first command I have here, this that you see. I copied it directly from here. Yes, this comes directly from here. So it's this. So this is what gives me the link to the link to the data set. So upon running it, if I run it, I see that, well, it's warning me that looks like I'm using an outdated Kaggle Hub version. So that is noted. I'll upgrade after this session. I'll have to upgrade. So second, having that, then I see that the data set, the path to the path to data set files is this. This is it. So it's exactly what I have here. That's exactly what I have down here. So in that case, if I run it, realize that down here I've asked it to print the dataset path. So it runs and finds that the dataset exists, and so it gives me Kenya voting patterns that. So that's the path, dataset path, and it is an Excel. It's an Excel sheet. Then next we have. So I just clicked this file path. So that is the data. That's the file path. But now I said I want to look at just an overview. Head should give me the first 5 entries in the data set. So we see that the first 5 entries in the data set, basically what we have, first voter ID, and you can see it's not easy to, this is just an identifier for the machine. It's not easy to link a person to this without a machine. Then county from which the voter 1 is coming from was in Gishu. Constituency, we say 5. So the 5 is related to a particular constituency. We'll see what they are. Then ward 2, region Rift Valley, age 46, and is gender, that is male. That is the first voter is male. Then registered party is UDA. Turnout, yes, actually turned out to vote. Presidential 2022, yes. UDA, presidential 2022 UDA. MP voted independent. MCA voted KANU. Now you can see all that. So that's just the first. 0 represents the first voter, and we have the first 5 voters. So I could say there that I need the first 10, so that instead of the first 5, and you see that now I have a longer list. You'll see that now I have a longer list where I have the first 10 voters, voter 1 up to voter 10, and you see the counties. The sampling takes care of the counties. We have Uasin Gishu, Narok, Taita Taveta, Kitui, Nyandarua, Vihiga, etc. All that, and we have the constituency, corresponding ward, region, age, gender, registered party, voting turnout. Yeah. Now the beauty with this is that I can run data sets on millions and millions of voter register in a click. So once I have access, like this data set has been availed through Kaggle, you can see that I can do wonders and do and inform about the pattern or the insights about the data. So that's that. Now I would click this. So DF info is supposed just to confirm what we read from Kaggle. Kaggle told us that what we have in this data set, just a moment. Yeah, he told us that these are the key fields: voter ID, county, constituency, etc., registered party, MCA, etc. So we want to see if indeed that is so. So that is why I click df.info. I want to get information about the data set. And we see that all the data types entered here are they are objects. They are objects. I don't have any float yet. Okay. I have integer, I have int. Of course, age is, that's okay. Yeah, also is. I think that's okay. So only 2. The rest are objects. So that assists me in knowing the structure of my data. But you can see that the columns I have is voter ID, county, constituency, ward, region, age, gender, registered party, voting turnout, year, presidential vote, MP vote, MCA vote, etc. So that's just that. So first, let's see. I want to, so the next thing that I'll do is to clean turnout to binary. Then next I do what I call the vote share by county for each presidential option. Then after which I do what is called turnout rate by county. Then I combine all that into one table. So the strategy by county, then I see the turnout rate. So if I do this, this is what I turn out with. And if you look at this, then you realize that what we are considering is just the presidential vote, how these 20,000 people voted for the presidential vote. So it means that our sample size in this case is 20,000 from the results. So only 20,000 are sampled, and that's what I'm using here. So we see that the presidential vote, Kakamega, if I look at Kakamega, I realize that Kakamega 0.22% voted for Kenya. None voted Jubilee, almost 0%. It could be possible that 1 or 2, 3 people voted, but that percentage is negligible, so we say is 0. And just a moment. Okay. Then historically we see 0.661 votes getting to ODM. And we also saw for the 2022 elections here, we saw that of course 0.12, let's say 0.2, let's say 0.2%, 0.2% went to UDA. So basically in Kakamega, votes are splitted between Ford Kenya, ODM, UDA only. And we see that the voter turnout of the turnout rate is about 78% in Kakamega. So of all the voters, we see that the turnout is about 78%. They don't turn out 100% per se. So in this case, the number of voters we are considering for Kakamega is 609. That is the sample. The sample for Kakamega in this case is 609. Then Vihiga, the sample size is 604. But in which case, we see that Vihiga's votes again follows almost a similar pattern, where you see the votes are shared between Ford Kenya, ODM, and UDA. And again here, we see that the turnout is about 78%. Then we get to Lamu. If you look at Lamu, then it's largely ODM and UDA. Lamu was largely ODM and UDA, and we considered a sample size of 435 voters. Mandera again is the same. So overall, that is how we would look at this. So I want to give an overview of the analysis from this. Then I stop at that. I just wanted to show the data that will inform my succeeding analysis on these pages. So first, basically what we see that the battlefield map for ODM hard base is Siaya turnout is about 76%. Siaya, we know that turnout is about 76%. Let's see, where is Siaya? Where is Siaya? Is about 76%. We see that. And they vote ODM. Like Siaya, you see that they turned out to vote just ODM. The same is with Kisumu. We also see that with Homa Bay, Migori, Kisii, and Nyamira. Except the turnout in those regions is just about 75%. So the strategy here should not be persuasion. It's not about the strategy for the hopefuls should not be persuasion. It's turnout maximization plus margin protection. That should be the turnout. So if one is interested on how I delve into that much deeper, then you can side chat. So focus on youth mobilization, transport, logistics, election day, Go TV machinery. Prevent complacency. Every vote counts. Messaging plus local opinion leaders. So basically, that's what it is. So for UDA hard base, we see that counties showing UDA total capture and strong turnout. One is Kiambu with 76, almost 77%. Second is was in Gishu with 76%. Then we have Baringo with 75%. We have Kericho with 75%. Nyandarua with 75%. Nyeri with 74%. Muranga with 74%. Nakuru 74%. Narok 73%. Embu 73%. Bomet almost 73%, and Kirinyaga 72%. So these are hard base, lock plus defensive turnout. So the strategy here for UDA should be defend base plus manage turnout dips. Watch out for turnout softening in places like Kirinyaga. That's a warning sign for base fatigue. So in Kirinyaga, we see fatigue, voter fatigue. Then we look at what we can tell. So the data that I'm talking about is all this. I'm just giving an overview of the analysis that I have. So the turnouts that I'm reading are these ones that we have. Turnout rate is here. Number of voters sampled is here. Then we are considering Ford Kenya, Jubilee, ODM, UDA, and Wiper. So Wiper core includes Kitui, Makueni, Machakos, Tharaka Nithi, Isiolo, Meru. So Makueni Wiper is 0.635. They don't vote. So let's see Makueni. Let's see what Makueni has. So we see Makueni here, and we see that again, it's not purely Wiper. We see Wiper only takes about 0.64%. The rest is taken by, I guess this is UDA. Yeah, this is UDA. The rest taken by UDA. And the voter turnout is about 74.4%. Then Kitui also again, their strength, their votes are split again. Wiper almost about 0.6, and their turnout is 0.74%. Machakos weaker, almost 0.6 again, with a turnout of 77%. Tharaka Nithi 0.6, and turnout about 0.7 again, and then 0.77. Then Isiolo is also 0.6. Meru, Wiper has votes in Meru 0.541, and the turnout is 74.8. Now Wiper is acting like a kingmaker block. Anyone building a national coalition must treat this as secure with respect, maximize margin, or split the vote. I stop at that. Then we look at Western. ODM plus Ford Kenya, competitive mix. That is high value persuasion and coalition terrain. So Western counties have meaningful Ford Kenya shares plus ODM lead. Kakamega, ODM 0.614, Ford is 0.218, UDA 0.167. We are talking about a turnout of about 75%. Then Vihiga, ODM is 0.584, Ford 0.212, UDA 0.204, turnout 0.780. Bungoma, the same. So these are classic persuasion plus coalition zone. If you are ODM aligned, consolidate Ford Kenya voters through local elite bargains and regional inclusion message. So these are message directly to ODM. Now, if you are UDA aligned, target Ford Kenya voters plus undecideds using economy, jobs, messaging, and local candidates. So the single most important battleground is Nairobi. Nairobi has about is shared between UDA and ODM. About 0.501 ODM, and UDA is 0.499. So the turnout again in Nairobi is about 0.74%. And the sample here, the number that we included in this sample is about 2,551. So this is a perfect coin flip with the biggest sample weight in your table. So the strategy is micro-targeting, not rallies. Segment by age, gender, ward constituencies immediately. Identify low turnout friendly zones and high turnout hostile zones. Issue-based messaging wins, like cost of living, jobs, housing, security, services, etc. Now, Northeastern, UDA leads, but not by landslides. So it is persuasion plus turnout. Mandera gave UAD about 0.509. ODM it gave 0.30. Jubilee it gave 0.184 with a turnout of 77%. Now, Garissa 0.499, ODM 0.3, like that. So it's competitive under the surface. So UDA can lock it with coalition maintenance and service delivery messaging. ODM can gain by targeted persuasion plus respected local brokers. So basically, that is the insight for this data. And I want to stop there because I didn't want to delve much deep into it. And that's why you see me just doing what I refer to as scratching the surface. So perhaps let me proceed to this so that we see what this would mean. So this is swing score turnout. So swing score turnout, we have swing score, and then we have the turnout, and then we have number sampled. So Nairobi, we see has a swing score of about 0.997, and the turnout is about 74%, as I'd said. And this is closely followed by Meru. Meru again, the swing score is about 91.2. And so the swing score for the counties moves up to the point where, let me see, I said the first 15, but let me see what I have in terms of the first 47. Let me see the first 47 so that we see how it behaves. Yeah, so the first 47, so this should be all the counties as we have them. And we see that swing score, the one with the highest swing score is Nairobi, and the one with the lowest swing score, I see swing scores in Uasin Gishu, Nyeri being 000, but looks like it stops at Tana River. We'll find out that why that is with the in-depth data cleaning, so that we see why the rest, like Baringo, are scoring 0. That should be considered. But what we see is that these are the counties from here, the counties that determine presidential election, if put in order. First is Nairobi, Meru, Machakos, then we have Garissa, we have Kitui, Tharaka Nithi, Mandera, Wajir, Isiolo, Makueni, Lamu, Kwale. So having concentrated on their strongholds, these are the places that if these candidates put much focus, then they are likely to win. So I stop at that, and I leave it to political analysis to put more punch on to it. So I stop, and we'll meet again with after I've prepared another session of the same data set. If you have access to any data set, or if you have access to data set related to election results, then you can inbox me just for the purposes of academic analysis only. Thank you. I stop, and see you again.